So friends, today I thought I'd just share with you what I had made at home. It was a pure vegetarian meal. So I made some rice, some dal, some lasoon chutney, which is garlic chutney with dry coconut. I also just made a very simple tomato salad, some buttermilk and some dahi kebabs. So let's start with the dahi kebabs. This is a real melt in the mouth kebab and it's I think a must try. So what I did, I just took a vessel. On top of it I put a colander and a large kerchief or a muslin cloth, and I took about a whole cup of homemade dahi. I leave a link of how I made the dahi, and then I just hung it, tying it with a string, just hung it and let all the moisture, all the water, come out of the dahi. So you can either do it this way, but I prefer hanging it like this. And then I put a heavy weight on it and keep it for at least a whole day. And then you get this thick curd, which is also called chakka, which is used to make shrikhanda. But we are going to make dahi kebabs with this. Now, I also have one large grated potato, and I'm also going to grind some green chilies and a piece of ginger to a very coarse paste. Now, we're going to add this to the dahi, the hung curd, and the potato mixture. And I've also taken a very small onion and chopped it very, very fine. We're going to add that too. And of course, a little bit of salt to taste. And just to bind everything together, I'm adding about 1 tablespoon of corn flour. You can also add rice flour. And then you're just going to mix everything together. And then I just wetted my hand with some ice cold water and just form them into these small flat balls or kebabs. I made them and just set them aside. And then all we have to do is just shallow fry them in some oil. I'm using olive oil. You can also use ghee or clarified butter or regular oil. You can also deep fry them if you want them to be more crispy and crunchy. But these kebabs are a real melt in the mouth. Next, I'm just going to make a simple dal. So here I'm just chopping all the ingredients for the dal. That is 1 onion, 1 tomato, 2 green chilies, some curry leaves, and some coriander. And a little bit of, this is the mashed up dal and the dal water. And of course we have all the ingredients that go into the fodni, which is cumin, mustard seeds, asafoetida, a little bit of chili powder, a little bit of turmeric powder. Now in addition to that, I like to add a little bit of garam masala, Kashmir red chili powder, coriander powder, a little bit of kitchen king masala, and some cumin. And of course some salt to taste. So first I'm just going to be heating some oil in a pan. Once the oil is nice and hot, I'm going to add the mustard seeds. Next, I'm going to add the cumin, throw in the green chilies, and fry them well till they turn a little on the whiter side. Then I'm going to add some hinga or asafoetida, some haldi powder. Then I'm going to add the curry leaves. I like to break the curry leaves and then add them. Then goes in the ginger garlic paste. Fry everything really well. Then I'm going to add the onion. Next, I'm going to add the tomato. fry everything really nicely. Add the Kashmiri chili powder, the coriander powder, the cumin powder, the garam masala, and the kitchen king masala. A little bit of chili powder. Mix everything really well. And now I'm going to add the thick dal. So the tur dal, I just took about half a cup of tur dal, washed it well, soaked it in some water for 5 minutes, and then pressure cooked it for one whistle on high and simmered it for 15 minutes. And then I'm also going to add the dal water and then mix everything together. Now all you have to do is just add a little bit of salt. You can add a pinch of sugar too, or some jaggery or gur, just to balance the taste. And then some fresh coriander. And the lovely dal is all ready. And now I'm just going to make some lovely poris. We call it poris at our home, but it's chapati or roti, whatever. It's the same. It's just made out of whole wheat flour. So I'm just making the dough, and then my pan is nice and heated up. So I'm just going to dust the my surface with the little bit of flour, roll out the pori or the chapati, and then roast it on both sides. And once it's ready, just apply a little bit of ghee. And this way I just made how many ever poris I required for my family. I like to make poris just before I'm serving them. They're nice and piping hot, and that makes the meal nice and interesting. I don't like to make them and keep them aside and then serve my family or myself cold poris. I like to make them just before we're going to eat food. And of course, I'm going to leave the links for the garlic chutney and the buttermilk in the description box below. Otherwise, this video will be very long. So go and check out those recipes. And this is the meal I made for my family. So I hope you enjoyed this video.